This show is proudly brought to you by Audio Pub. Now, Neil, blue snacks. What's going on there? I don't get a chance to see them all.
Okay, I started doing those on Instagram probably about a year, 18 months ago. And I started to put 1 minute blues guitar lessons on there for free for people to watch on my main Hawker Heights page. Hawker Heights.
Hawker Heights. Is that Hawker Heights Facebook page or
Instagram?
Instagram.
And kind of found that some people were really frothing over the guitar lessons, and the rest of them were there just to see what my band was doing. So I thought I'd split it out. And we now have a Blues Guitar Snacks, a dedicated Blues Guitar Snacks Instagram page as well. So it's really good.
I like that.
It's really good.
So what have you been running through? I've grabbed you in here selfishly because I want a blues lesson with Neil.
Yeah.
And what's the latest thing? Show me some stuff. Let's talk. Okay, what have you recently been doing?
Well, I've done a lot of the chordal stuff on there too, not a lot of widdly.
Yeah.
Even though that's a lot of fun.
Are you
there.
mainly sticking to a particular key, or?
I sort of vary the examples a little bit, but quite often I do B flat just to annoy the guitar players at home.
That is annoying. This is a guitar, Neil.
I know.
Not a piano.
E and A, that's all we've got. But I can do it in, demonstrations in A are always friendly for a guitar player.
Let's go A. Show me some stuff in A.
Because it's like halfway up the neck.
I
nearly.
love A.
I guess I could run you through Stormy Monday.
Well, I tell you what, I know if I moved it to G, which is the Allman Brothers key.
Yes.
Can you help me there?
Yes.
All right.
Now, trolls and hecklers, right?
Yes.
This is a variant on the Allman Brothers thing, which a lot of the more learned blues guitar players will say is the real way to play Stormy Monday, right? Okay. And then you hear T-Bone Walker, where he sort of plays it a little bit different, but there's still a bit of sophistication to it.
Okay. All right.
So if this turns out to be a 10% misappropriation of what I think Stormy Monday should be, this is my disclaimer here.
You can find him at Blues Snacks.
Blues Guitar Snacks on Instagram.
Send your nasty letters there.
Make sure you just private message me heaps and just make my life a living hell. So,
well, I'll tell you what I know, and maybe you can help me add or subtract or whatever. So I play it in G. Yep. Do we have some sound? So I've got a G7. Yep. Okay. Goes to a C9.
Yep. Quick change.
Goes back to the G7.
Yep.
G sharp.
Yep.
Back.
Yep.
And then back to a C9, that chord 4. And then of course it's got that G. Now A minor, B minor, B flat, A minor, and then A minor, A sharp, up to C.
See now, you know it better than I do.
Right? No, don't say that, Neil. That can't be. Have some more beer.
All right, get out.
Have some more. Next.
Yeah, okay. So that's you're going back to the 2 chord, the A minor chord.
Oh, you're playing
and then
it like that.
And then how do you finish it? How do you do the turnaround?
Oh, so G to C9 to G to D9, and then I might put an augmented or something in.
Yeah.
But do you from that 1 to the 4?
Yeah.
Are you adding anything extra? Because when I get to the 4, and the second time around, I feel like I'm just, okay, there's nothing wrong with sitting just on that 1 chord, but I feel like I want to add something, you know.
Okay.
What can I do there, sir?
Well, one thing you can do before you get to the 4.
Yes.
Because in the blues, the 4th bar of the blues is where you can add tension.
Yes.
Right, so you can add the type of notes that seem a little bit off to the ear, but it will lead the listener's natural ear to the next chord.
Okay.
Right? So, in the Stormy Monday blues, in regular blues, you've got 4 bars of the 1, right?
Yep.
But in the Stormy Monday thing, you've got what you call the quick change, which in that first 4 bars, you got.
See, right away. You're
okay,
already
so-
giving me value for money, Neil.
Yeah,
And
so that's what you call the quick change to the 4. Now, when you're actually ready to go to the 4 for its regular duration, which is what, 2 bars?
Yes.
Yep.
That's
You
correct,
can
I think.
add tension, so you can put like little horn lines in your chords. So let's
Yeah.
just say we're doing like a regular G7 that everyone knows and loves,
Yep. I love that.
which is your big fat bar chord version of it. Normally, I would play maybe like just something with
Oh, okay.
let the bass player take care of the root note, and it frees up fingers for doing other things.
That's true.
Right. So, and I've got a free pinky here. If I play it
what are
like
you gonna
this,
do?
so if I got my pinky's free,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Or if I do it like this, I can kind of
Yep.
make my third finger free.
Yeah.
Right. If I put my third finger there,
That's the 13.
G13.
I like that.
All right. So you can play your regular G7. And before you go to the 4 chord at the end of the 4th bar, towards the end of the 4th bar, you can play a 13. Move that
And
third
that-
finger down a fret.
Oh. So that's a 13. Is that a sharp 5? And then
Yep.
into the. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Neil, what I'm going to
Yeah.
do is get camera 2, and we're going to have a look at that.
Camera 2 to the snack bar,
Camera
please.
2 to the snack bar. Camera 2, your meat's ready. Did you have
Your mixed grill is
did
ready.
you grow up eating at places like that in
Yes, the local RSL and the local bowling
Yes.
club. Yep.
Oh, here we go. All right, so can you show me when you first started playing, Neil? You had the 1,
Yep.
and then you were doing like a muddy waters sort of thing.
Yep. So the 1 chord is just that triangle, 3rd fret
Yep,
on the B string, 4th fret on the G string,
yep, yep.
and 3rd fret on the D string. So that's
Yes.
basically cutting your G7 chord down to its essential notes
Yes.
without this and this and this. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And instead of the 5th here,
Yeah.
which is a 5th part of the scale, the D,
Yeah.
play the E just before. So these 2 notes stay the same at all times. That's what you call the 3rd and the 7th. That
Okay.
even if you just played that on its own, you're playing a 7th chord.
Yep.
Right. So you got room to play what we call a 13
Yep.
right here.
Pulling that camera a bit closer there.
Yep. And the 13 is also what you call a 6th. So if you take
Yeah.
that down, you've got like a flat 6 or what we call a sharp 5. You
Yes.
see that?
Yeah.
And then down to
And I saw you were
C
doing like
minors.
some walking bass notes or something there as well.
So one thing I like to do in blues rhythm is sort of flatten your finger across here for the G7
Yep.
and hammer on the 3rd there,
Yep.
and then play with your 3rd finger. You play just like a C triad.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, that's very cool. Ah, so that was the
That's to the 4 chord.
6,
Yeah.
sharp 5. Ah, cool.
All right, which is
I like
that's probably something that a horn section would have done in Albert Collins' band or something like that.
Yeah,
And the guitar
yeah.
player would have been going. But you can, if it's not a very big band, you can make the rhythm section sound bigger by adding these notes.
Ah.
Okay, so
That's very cool.
it's pretty cool.
That is
And
very
there's
cool.
other notes and strings to play there as well. But
That is
maybe
worth the price of admission.
maybe we'll leave that as a snack and not a meal.
I love that. So, what would you play solo wise over that? Are you? Let me just flick back to our Facebook page. Hello, Facebook. The levitating beer cans are a novel touch. Thank you, Michael. Right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I spared no expense
Yeah.
with the, I call it the Return of the Jedi
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah, it's good.
So I meant to put the bar behind us, but should we switch to the bar? Put
Yeah.
the bar behind us? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's switch.
Is that
Here we
easy
go
to
first.
do?
Yeah, that's easy. You ready?
Technology.
Here we go. Hang on. I think it's... Oh no. We're going to switch. There we go. Levitating beer cans, huh?
Yeah.
And not anymore.
Yeah.
So Neil, we've got the G.
Yep. Yep.
Neil, you're hitting too many correct notes for me. I don't like to hit that many correct notes. It's impossible.
I'd like to hit more.
How do you do it? So what are you? So over that one chord there, that was beautiful playing, my friend. Over the one, what are you? Because I saw a blues snack with you quite a while back, and you were saying over the one chord, look at the arpeggio of the chord. So if it's a G, you're going to have a G,
Yep.
a B, and a D.
Yeah.
And you were playing the B and the D.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you change to the 4 chord, the same sort of thing, and then the 5, right?
Yeah.
So are you using a G blues scale plus that, or are you using right? So pretty much flat out a G blues scale.
Pretty much. So
Wow.
look, this.
Okay.
The thing is, I can learn all those little tricks that help me sort of guide my way through the chord progression.
Yes.
But at the core of it, you don't want to lose the blues at the end of the day. So I will be listening to and transcribing and working out the players that everyone else is.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, many other players will also do what I do, which is look for chord tones within there.
Yes.
Okay, so the most important thing, if you are soloing over these things, is basically the third. So in the scale, 1, 2, 3, the third. Yep. And that third is also up here. Okay, so in each chord you try and find where your thirds are, because the thirds are what tells the listener what chords you're going to.
Okay.
So without any accompaniment, I can emphasize the thirds in this chord, this chord. You know, the 1, 4, 5. I'm probably going to tune it though, actually, but might actually tune up while I'm talking.
Tune and talk.
Can't do both at the same time.
No, same.
So the idea is like, you know, no matter what style, actually, in jazz or country or anything like that, good improvisers know where the chords are at all times,
Right.
and they.
So do you recommend?
Emphasize them.
Would you recommend people learning like a more? Let's not go jazz, because as soon as I mention that word, the people switch off.
Yep.
Let's just say a slightly more advanced blues. Learning the arpeggios of all the changes, something like that. Would that be a good thing?
You can, but you almost don't like
Thank you,
to get some short-term gains.
Yes.
Is you really don't need to be worrying about technical stuff like arpeggios, and you can if you want, but like if you want to get some short-term gains where you're adding some more taste to your lines and stuff like that, I reckon start with this thing with the thirds.
All right.
So if you're playing over a 1, 4, 5, just identify where the thirds are in each chord. So in the
There's my
G7, it's there.
So that's 4th fret. We'll go tab.
Yep.
4th fret, 3rd string.
Yep. In the
It's a B.
C7, the third is in there.
That is the 5th fret, 2nd string.
Yep. And the 5th.
That's the 7th fret. That's an F sharp. 7th fret, 2nd string.
Yeah. So basically, all your thirds within those 3 chords are here,
Yes.
here,
Yes.
and here. And you can actually hear the chords change when I play those.
That's yes.
Like, I don't need any accompaniment to actually outline the chords. It'd be like. Fifth chord, yeah.
Excuse me.
Fourth chord. Yeah. Yeah, so
Excuse me.
what I would practice to start with to add this to your existing box
I see.
is
I see.
add this into it as well,
Right.
only over the one chord.
Yep.
So for one chord, you could actually play it all on the same strings, just by
Right.
moving the shape up the neck. So you go, here it is in G.
That's 4 and 3.
Yeah. Yep, and then here it is for C.
That's 9 and 8.
And then up 2
That's an
frets for the
E.
5 chord.
Lovely.
Yeah, and back 2 frets. Right. So if you get them kind of under your hands and into your ears, you can outline the chords in the progression.
That's cool.
So
That's amazing.
and it gives you more things to do. So you're not just playing boxy blues kind of stuff all the time. You know.
Yeah. Now I got to ask you, why did you go? So that's the major, isn't it? So you just played a blues, but you went down to that note,
Yeah.
and that's in the G major pentatonic.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Hello.
So, but
I've learnt something.
instead of looking at it, because a lot of players go through this journey where they learn the pentatonic scale, and they go, okay, now it's time to learn the major version of it, and then now it's time to learn Mixolydian mode, and now it's time to learn this, that, and the other.
Mm.
If you just look at it as the pentatonic scale with extra flavors that you add, you actually end up with 9 notes to choose from, which is one extra than a mode or a scale.
Can you show me? I might say hello to some people.
One of those notes is a 6.
And then I'm going to get you. So if I'm in G,
Yep.
and I'm going to just sit on the bottom 3 strings of my guitar, or the top 3 strings, but in terms of pitch. But so we've got the G string, the B string, and the E string. So I'll play what I know as my minor pentatonic.
Yep.
And now the major pentatonic. So that tab wise was 3 5 3 6 3 6. But you're also saying that we can do 3 5 3 5 4.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying it in a way that's actually easy to understand. So, yeah. The other reason why I don't sort of explain it in the scalar sense is because when people go to use it, they play in a scalar way.
Yes.
So like, because if you learnt it like this,
you're saying it like a person who is a proper musician. Yeah.
To me, that sounds like a scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which sounds nice, but it's a scale, not music. So if I stay in a blues frame of mind. So there was nothing that sounds different to your average kind of pub rock blues.
If you're listening on the podcast, that's me wiping the sweat from my brow, not anything else, not anything untoward.
Anything at home, okay.
No.
So like you can hear that it sounds different to a regular kind of hard rock orientated or a pub like blues. It sounds a bit more down home.
How do you get your phrasing right though? Because your phrasing's like, this is a musical term, off the planet great, and I really struggle with that. And I saw you went down to, I reckon you played over the 5. You played that chromatic. Why'd you play that?
Just classic just classic leading up to the 5 chord. So that's all, that's the third of the 5 chord, the D.
Yep. You hit it perfect.
That kind of stuff. So
That's pretty fancy.
bit of Albert King at the end there. But
Hello, Albert.
yeah.
In heaven. Or down.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe he's with the devil.
He did have a gun in his pocket, jacket pocket.
I hear that a lot.
This is a bit blue today, isn't it? This
It's
show.
a little bit blue humour. Well, it's the demographic I appeal to. It's that sort of
I know.
RSL crowd.
That's why I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the RSL crowd.
Number 48, your mate's ready.
I'm only here because I thought there was a mixed grill going. But
There is. I reckon, let's go watch the Storm game at the pub.
oh yes.
You're here. You're off to the Storm later, aren't you?
Yeah, I was actually going to wear this,
League, folks.
but I didn't want to. I didn't want to sort of like offend too many people at home
No.
because we do stream into Canberra,
Yes,
and
we
we
do.
probably do stream into Brisbane as well. So
Yes, we do. There's a few Queenslanders in that
Yeah,
team.
I don't
though.
want to annoy them. No, so.
If you're looking here and you're thinking, what are they talking about rugby league for in Melbourne? Well, Neil is from that place that Queensland beat 10 years in a row. I think it's called New South Wales. And I am from Queensland.
One in a row.
Speaking of people, we have a lot of people on today. Have you ever wanted to be live into Santorini? Well, we are.
Oh wow.
Michael Southgate is in Santorini. Hello, Michael.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Santa, is that a restaurant on Lygon Street? Is that what it is?
I think it actually was a restaurant in St Kilda on Fitzroy Street.
Oh, there you go.
So he's just down there. He's close. Alan Leslie says, if you're drinking anything less than 10% alcohol, I will be very disappointed. Yeah, well, Alan, we don't buy on the black market like you, sir. Richard Goldsmith is on. Rick Wong is on.
Oh, hey, Rick.
Hello, Rick.
Rick lives not very far from me.
Is that right? Where, have you moved to your Preston place?
No, not yet. No, we live over Ivanhoe Way, and we've been there for about 9 years, and I only found out probably 18 months ago that Rick's about 2 blocks away from my house.
Hi, Rick.
And he still hasn't invited me around to play all his guitars and stuff like that, which is...
That's very
rough.
disappointing, Rick. He was scheduled to come in a couple of weeks back, but his daughter was very ill, so we postponed it to somewhere. I don't know.
Best wishes to you,
Contact me, Rick.
Yeah.
We've missed a couple of people. Let me just click like. Okay, so no, I know you've got to get out of here and go to this football game, but
No,
I've
we've
got
got
a couple of things here. So, if I look at Stormy Monday,
Stormy Monday.
Stormy Monday, the thing that makes the Melbourne Stormy Monday cool is, for me, is that little chucks the G sharp in. Are you following that change?
I can do. I can choose to ignore it. So if I'm improvising over it and that goes up to that A flat, right, I can ignore that.
That
It
is
sounds
very
a little
cool.
bit off for a split second, but that's the whole point, because it kind of like throws people's ears off for a second and then it comes back in.
If you're going to follow it, what would you do? Are you
You
still
don't want me to
thinking
talk
that sort
about
of,
jazz now, do you?
I would like just, let's call it something. Let's call it something else. Let's call it blaz.
Okay. Let me
which
show
is
you why.
blues and
Let me
jazz.
show you why that is a thing. So
Okay, all right.
if
There's
you
my
go to
G7. Everybody knows that.
now go up to your A flat 7, which is what you do. Now hang on to it.
Okay,
Now strip the chord back, right back to the 3rd and 7th.
right.
Right.
Yep.
It is F sharp and C, or 4th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string.
Yes.
Those two notes is what dictates what the chord sounds like. So that's an A flat chord, A flat 7, right? But those two notes are also what dictates the sound of a D7.
Oh,
Right?
Neil.
The 5 chord.
The price of admission.
So just moving that
It's
up
just
there
priceless. Yeah. Right.
is substituting the 5 chord.
Wow.
So what you're But instead,
Oh, hang on. I got a question for you. Is that a tritone substitute then? Okay. I never. If you're tuned in and watching, I say that a lot. I never really understood it.
Yep.
Until today.
Oh my God.
Let's help
well,
me.
you know what? The way I've
we
just
go.
explained that, you can thank Jim Kelly.
Thank you.
That's the way he explained it to me years ago. It's just like, look for those two notes inside the chord, and it will become quite apparent that they function in two different chords instead of just one.
That's so cool.
Right?
I'm really blown away by that.
Yeah.
I'm
so
very impressed.
of course, with the 5 chord, when it is a 5 chord like the D7, whenever you go from 5 to 1, that's when I can play crazy outside things.
All right, play
to resolve back to the 1. So play it
All
slowly
right.
for me, so I've
Okay.
got some time to do it.
Yeah.
So just play D7.
And Neil, he's no good.
So I'll just play like a simple little
You see that?
bebop outside lick.
All right, so
Yeah, so-
just a straight D7?
I'll get you to hang on to the D7
Yep.
until I say change.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
So D7 for me.
It's like learning Kung Fu.
Yep,
That's what they do when they
Yep.
when it's go slow. Whoa. Okay,
Right.
okay, hold on. Can I say jazz? Can I say that word now?
Well, to me, you hear that in jump swing blues, which is a bit of a cousin of jazz. It's got jazzy stuff in it, but
It's
like,
the illegitimate hill person cousin of jazz.
it is, and it's perfect for me. Yeah. So
Illiterate hill person, I
Yeah.
should say.
So
Both illegitimate and
what you can actually do without getting too deep into the 5 chord. The 5 chord is basically where you can play notes from outside of the chord to make people's ears expect to go back to the 1. It's just like when you go to the football,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And you've got 80,000 people or 12,000 people in the NRL, right?
Yeah.
The national anthem starts, and collectively, everybody knows where the melody's going.
Yes, they do.
And not to get too deep here, but I think humans have that inbuilt. They know where the direction of music is going,
I reckon
and they
you're right.
follow it like a flock of birds. Right?
Excuse me. Neil.
So I think when you're doing this kind of tension release kind of thing with chords and music, people expect it. Even in a simple sense, if you're just playing G, and it's in the key of G,
Yes.
second last chord in the song is,
Oh, excuse
do you end the song there?
me. No.
Amen. Right? So that's that at the most fundamental level. People know that the song's about to finish when they hear that tension chord, that second last chord. They know it.
So, but
But
Neil, did you slip something into my beer? Because I'm failing to understand a lot of that. Neil, I play my 5 chord.
Yep.
So what were, just tell me like scale-wise,
Yep.
what were you playing over that?
So now it's time to talk scales.
Okay,
If
let's
you've
do
ever
it.
heard of
Let's
the
do it.
diminished or the
Yes.
half step, whole step scale,
Yes.
if you're not sure about this and you don't get it when I explain it, go look up Robin Ford's video Blues and Beyond from
Yes.
the 90s. You will get it.
Is with the diminished scale, I kind of half understand it,
Yep.
but is there another way of looking at it? Like, can you say, well, actually, it's a blues scale plus this, or a,
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So you can. So basically, the way it goes is, I don't expect anyone to catch up with this, but just listen. Right? Is
pay attention.
half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step.
Sounds right. Okay, so you've gone
Yeah.
half step, whole step. I think I'm missing something there.
You go up to the next.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's a
alright.
tritone away.
Oh,
Yep.
missed it. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yep. Now play G blues.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah, so those notes in there are what. Let's talk jazz for a second. Screw it.
Okay.
Hit
All right.
Flat 9,
Don't leave us.
right? Flat 9, sharp 9, 3, flat 5. Oh, what do we go? I never remember these things myself. I just play it. Right? But there are notes outside of the scale that fit over that chord, and they give it tension. And
So normally, if I was thinking, if you were playing a D7 chord,
yep.
I'm sort of thinking, at best case scenario, and taking a little bit out, I'm thinking the scale G major, because D is the fifth of G.
You can do that. Yep.
So if you played that, how many notes from the diminished scale are you adding into that? Sorry, Neil. I've only given Neil one beer as well.
Like a couple of them.
Not too many, though.
That was like Reverend Lovejoy in the Bible. Whereabouts in the Bible does it say that? Somewhere in the back. But
in the index somewhere.
Look,
is it closer if you played like a G or a D blues scale over that? Is it kind of closer to that, or?
Let's get it down to one note for everyone to use.
All right.
Let's get it down to two notes.
This sounds pretty good.
Let's get it down to two notes, right? When it goes to the 5 chord and it's about to go back to 1.
Yes.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Let's add this note to it, which is an F sharp.
F sharp, yeah.
And let's add, right, which is an E flat.
Right.
Right.
E flat, yeah, and F sharp.
So what you can do with those is play this very simple little Charlie Parker lick.
Okay.
Right, so you go to the 5 chord.
5 chord, yeah. Oh, I like that. Do that again. That's very cool. Charlie Parker was good for a reason, I think.
Yeah, and same goes for 1 to 4. So play the G chord for me.
Yeah. Wow.
And then back down. And while it's on the 4 chord, I can impose.
Whoa, show me that lick. So it's a chromatic. That's very cool. I love that.
Yep. Charlie Parker's little phrases are just so beautiful. And
now, Neil, that's almost like a C blues scale.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's more like I more like think about it playing off the chord.
Yes.
Like because if I think about changing, like when you read the old guitar player magazines from the 80s and 90s where they analyse a solo, and they write out, in this bar he's playing this mode, and then this bar he's playing this mode, and this bar this one. It's like, it's like that's why I went to study at uni, because I couldn't understand what guitar player magazine said, right?
And they love modes in guitar magazines,
which is great.
Love it.
But like, if you just identify it as little snippets of the chord tones, you can get away with. You can play better stuff, I reckon. Unless you want to play like Alan Holdsworth or something like that, and then the modes will come in handy.
Yes.
Frank Gambale.
Frank, yes.
Got to get the leather pants and all, but definitely.
I think they were vinyl pants.
Vinyl, were they?
Yeah, he's a guitar player.
All right, not CD pants.
No,
right.
no.
I actually really like the bebop or the Charlie Parker language in the blues, because to me it swings like the blues does.
That is so cool. That is one, man, I'm going to use that forever.
Yeah.
Every time you tune in, if Alan hasn't poisoned me.
Yep.
And what's the other one? That's for the.
That's together 1 to 4.
Oh.
Ah.
Show me that lick there. Whoa. This is why Neil is banned from the shop, because it's crazy. That is crazy good, man. I am very impressed. Neil, I know you have to get off to the football. Yeah. Would you be so kind to play us out? If I play the Stormy Monday rhythm, could you play some of that fancy stuff?
Yeah. I'll have to watch you for those turnaround chords, because I'm going to need to hit.
So,
warn me.
Oh yes. Well, I think.
Are you going to do these ones? Guess what that B flat minor chord is? Kind of substitutes for.
Oh, that's another tritone.
Sorta. Yeah.
There's your tritone.
You can look at it that way. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's, oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay. Now it's sort of making sense.
So what key?
G.
G?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do.
All right. Sweet.
I'm stuck. Neil, let me just see if... Oh, there's Rick Wong says, the trouble with Neil is that he makes the rest of us look crap. How do you think I feel sitting here, Neil? I mean, Rick, I've forgotten people's names. That's why I need a beer, a 30% off.
Floating beers.
Thank you, Rick. Michael Wright, scales are falling from eyes across the world. Neil is a champion. I totally agree.
I think maybe viewers are falling from this video too.
What does it say? 8,000. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. You know, we kicked the 1,000 mark subscribers on YouTube recently. So we're up, heading towards 1,200 now, which is good. Thank you, folks. If you're listening on the podcast, please subscribe and give nice reviews. 5-star review is all I ask for.
If you're on YouTube, you know what they say? Tap that bell. just click that bell.
Tap that bell.
I'm asking you.
Hit subscribe now.
Yeah.
Neil, are you on YouTube?
Not really. I should be. I should be putting more snacks on there. The plan is keep an eye on this space for later on in this year, early 2020. Is I'll be filming a bunch of more high quality blues guitar snacks videos at longer form.
Right.
So your snacks will be the introduction to a complete meal and I'll make a complete meal of it on YouTube. Yeah.
Where are you doing that? Have you got?
Well, I might
setting
do
it up
it
yourself?
here,
or finding the lovely people at Audio Pub.
Yes.
The owner's very
Audio
handsome.
Pub only. Or I may be able to set it up at home and do it at my leisure, you know, because I work as well. So
I know the guys at Audio Pub, they can help you.
sweet.
He's right on.
Apparently the green screen is
Green screen is absolutely choice. Speaking of green screen, did I tell you my unfortunate run-in with green screen usage? And I told you that. I don't think I can say that on air.
You weren't wearing green underwear or something like that?
No, I better not talk about that. That's top secret. That's for the secret subscriber podcast. Neil, play us out. I'm going to play the rhythm. Do whatever you like.
Okay.
All right, you ready? 3, 4.
Screw that up. My turn.
Using my Neil lesson.
Ooh.
Excuse me, Neil.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Beautiful. A few fluffy notes in there. It's been a while.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Can you stay for another couple of hours, Neil? We'll watch the game and hang out.
Couple more beers.
Be buddies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Friends
that's
forever.
a no. Well, good luck with your Melbourne Storm game tonight, Neil. If you've been watching Neil, I will post in all the contact things for Neil. So, are you teaching? You're teaching, aren't you? Out.
I'm doing the occasional Skype lesson that people found me for on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going good.
Yeah, I've got 2 people interested so far. I'm starting to teach one of them. So yeah.
How do you find doing the Skype thing? Is it
It's tricky
difficult?
technically.
Yes.
I had to get Craig Strain, the bass player from Pickpocket, to help me set up and test it from his place. So I'm a technology potato with that kind of stuff. So
I will help you, Neil.
I know.
I'm all about helping.
Yep.
Cool, man. Customary handshake, of course.
Yes.
It's always
Great
a
to see you,
pleasure when
Anthony.
Neil comes in. I learn. I honestly, I'm not making this up. I learn something every time, and today, I just love that. That has blown my mind.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't
In
it?
4 or 5 or 6 notes, incredible. Thanks for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Podcast, please subscribe. All of that sort of stuff. I'm sure we'll have you back again in a couple of months. Neil comes in a couple of times a year, and yes, thank you so much, sir. We're out of here, folks.
Adios.
If we didn't say hello, hello. 3, 2, 1. Bye, everyone.